why I'm not a Christian anymore. Oh my gosh. So, I have like a bunch of points. I have like a bunch of arguments, a bunch of problems with Christianity and everything. But it's almost ridiculous to go through these points because we agree. And like I'm pretending that like a Christian is watching this, right? But like we agree on the same core beliefs in life essentially, right? What I found is that what we end up doing is we just kind of like pick little values, like little micro values, kind of like little aesthetics almost, and we just overemphasize on those. And we don't really make progress in understanding each other, and it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Right now, right? So I used to be a Christian. Right now, when I look around the world, I don't see evidence of like a good creator. And like that kind of encompasses the points that I have. And the points again, they're useless. They're stupid. They're kind of useless because it doesn't really matter. Like we all have shared humanity. Whatever it is that actually unites all of us, it unites all of us. And that's what we need to know. Despite this though, like I have hatred, like I have anger. And it's so gross to think about. Like I have anger reserved like to feel for Christians essentially. And it's like why? Like I hate it. I hate it. But it kind of makes sense cuz I guess that's just how our brains are. Like we want to be right. We want to defend the fucking things that we believe in. Like the Christian will want to defend um you have to believe in Jesus. You have to believe in Jesus. And like that is a truthfully and beautifully held belief that means something to them and something else to me, but is also a threat to me. Like hello? Like what? Like like why is it a threat? Why is it a threat? It's a threat because it challenges like my worldview and it's like ugh. Um Nonetheless though, we're all gonna have to cooperate. Like, like I'm gonna have to cooperate with whatever threatening beliefs, but generally similar beliefs there are, because like we have to cooperate to turn this shit around, like turn this world around. Like, do you see the world like it seems functional on the surface, but like behind the scenes, there's a bunch of bullshit, right? So I'm happy with the progress we've made as a society, but like come on, like we need to do better. Like we have to do better at all costs. So here's some problems, I guess, and I'll try to be critical of them, but ultimately, like when I say them out loud, I feel the frustration, I feel the anger, and it's just like like fucking stupid shit. This stupid world, dude. It's a joke, but it's okay. So like Christianity is kind of exclusionary. It doesn't really account for other kinds of beliefs. Sometimes I feel like Christians like are superior, like they feel superior, which is fair. I mean, if you have the superior belief, of course you would feel superior, right? And I'm saying that critically, right? Like I don't know if you have the superior belief. I just know that you probably think you do. Like how I kind of think I do, right? Um Christianity has infinite interpretations of the Bible that cause life ruining, like divide and hatred, and it's all complex, right? But um, exhausting mental gymnastics. Like another thing that I kind of hate is like gaslighting. So saying that Satan causes child abuse, like instead of the all powerful God, like it's like it's like you can't have one without having the other. So you can't have like a perfect all powerful God and also have him not be responsible for the things that are incomprehensibly evil, right? So there's people like me in the world who like we start living life and then we just like recognize like true absolute evil in the world, and like we cannot and I know there's more people like me, right? We cannot like look away, like not personal evil, right, that happened to us necessarily, but like interpersonally, like knowing what is going on in the world, in the darkest corners of it. We can't get rid of that, and then like we just think and think and think, and it's good to think. That's part of my worldview, and like we're talking about worldviews and all this stuff, and like guess what? Like I cannot truly believe that like Satan is responsible for anything. I cannot differentiate between the Christian like traditional God of the Bible and like Satan. You know, I can differentiate with them, in a what do you say, like metaphorical sense, or just kind of like a non-literal sense. Any kind of those. I hope this is making sense. By the way, I hope I still have you. Do I still have your attention? Probably not. Nobody will watch this video, but it's an act of faith to make this video, right? See, I say an act of faith. See, my worldview is similar to the Christians, and it's like we're all just kind of similar, and it's just like, oh, like. Also, another problem is like lack of clarity. Having faith is a big problem for me, especially when there's people within Christianity who say like, okay, like you need faith, but also here is irrefutable evidence that Jesus existed historically, and that proves beyond any doubt the Bible and my interpretation. And it's like, and from my perspective, I'm just like, oh, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean? Another problem: who chooses which texts get put in the Bible? See, and then that detail, like, it's kind of big to me, right? It's on my list, right? It's on my list, but it's ultimately a nitpick, because like in Christianity, and for all of these things, every last point that I have, there are 7 quadrillion evidences on the side of Christianity, the side, right, to debunk what I am saying. And that's why ultimately saying this is useless, except unless, like, you know, the overall purpose of like my life and my videos and everything is to reach mutual understanding and turn this fucking ship around. Like, we all have the same general values, it feels like. So let me continue, right? Who chooses which texts get put in the Bible? Who chooses which books are in the Bible in that order? I don't even want to get into that. It's fucking useless. Of course, God would appoint, like, certain people throughout history to tell his story on his behalf. Of course. Right? I can even debunk my own point. But still, though, it's just all these points add to a general sense of, like, confusion and anger for me. This next point, the concept of hell. See, and I actually like this point more, because, like, hell, eternal separation from God. Like, if I worshipped a god, hell wouldn't even be on that god's consideration list. Like, it wouldn't even be there. It wouldn't even be at the very bottom. Especially like an all-perfect, all-powerful God. You get it, right? Like, and you probably get it. Like, that's another thing, is like, the problems that I have, like, they're not unique. The fuck? None of this shit's unique. You know what I mean? Another problem, who chooses... Oh, no. Another problem, lack of empathy. Like, I feel like there's, like, a lack of empathy, progress, and understanding caused by, like, rigid, harmful beliefs that are taught as undeniable truths. Another problem, some people don't have enough context to choose the correct version of Jesus to believe in. So what I mean is, like, there's people like me who, like, well, it doesn't make sense for me to accept that Jesus is, like, just accept Jesus in, like, the traditional way where, like, you're told, right? It doesn't make sense, because, like, I have a different way of accepting Jesus, and is that not valid? How do I know if it's valid? I need to talk. I need to talk to more Christians, right? But it burns me out to do that. It really does. But like how do I know? Like how do I know that like are you really just going to say that my interpretation of Jesus is just completely wrong? Like because it's not yours? Like it's just such a problem. And it's like it fits into the overall interpretation problem. Next thing, I feel like there's a monopoly on morality itself. Like no, like I am of the belief that people are good on their own, and it sounds scary to the Christian worldview, and I get it. I actually get it, right? At least somewhat. It sounds scary to say to like truly believe that we're good enough on our own, but like I don't see God, man. I don't really see the Creator in any sort of literal sense. In fact, what I see is that people are pretty good. Like they follow rules that protect themselves. Like in a society, like we follow our rules. Like we try to protect ourselves. We're full of meaning. We're full of art. We're full of like divinity, and it just feels like we're just that way by ourselves. And Christianity sort of like says that God is the only morality, and like you are nothing without God, which is actually true and beautiful, but it's also false at the exact same time. Right? It's false and true at the exact same time. Quote, the true conflicts in life are not between two, like, right and wrong. It's between two rights. Now, next problem, and I don't even know why I'm going through all these. I just want to make my point, and hoping this is how that is done effectively. But, quote, God is not the author of confusion. I forget the scripture, but like, it's also like echoed in Christian conversation, and it's like, well, actually, God is the author of confusion. Like, I mean, the Bible is full of confusion, and it's like, you know what? Who am I, right, to speak on what the Bible says? In fact, honestly, I try to just speak on what Christians say, and that's what I really care about. Is like what Christians interpret it as. Because remember, I don't really care about God in the same way. What I care about more about is like the God within people, right? And so that's why I'm looking at people in the first place. Is because like that's my worldview or whatever. Worldview. It's just all these words. It feels so limiting, right? I just wish God could have created us with just we're just love and electrons or whatever, right? Instead of like humans, physical beings. But yeah, like do you see what I mean? I feel like God is the author of confusion. But then again, like I don't know anything about the Bible or God if he exists in this way. Like obviously not even Christians know about God, right? So if of course this God is real, then like what the fuck do I know? Nothing. And I'm actually open to being proven wrong. I just want to talk about it, right? And I want to talk about things that are real to me because at the very least what I'm going through right now is valid. Period, you know, and like everybody else is valid too, and it's like, by the way, I have to fight daily to not have hatred for human beings because they are disgusting a lot of the time, right? I see the good and I see the bad, but I have to fight daily. It's a daily battle, choosing good each time, like Jesus. Beautiful. It's beautiful. So the next point is like having to pretend that the Old Testament is total truth and like relevant and like whatever, nitpick. The other thing is like celebrating in heaven while my loved ones are in hell. Like that doesn't make sense. That feels like a weak version of justice that like it just feels like a weak version of justice. It excludes people because they didn't believe the exact little nitpick correct thing. And by the way, like when I'm talking about this, like I am reducing the belief that you have to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior in a literal sense. I am reducing that belief to, quote, nitpick. I'm also saying that some of my beliefs are nitpicks, but I'm saying that that is like something as small as like a nitpick. It's like I'm really trying to be critical here. But again, this is the stuff that is in my brain that I believe. This is hell. Like, this is hell, right? Because if nothing comes of this, that is what hell is to me. It's just like permanent divide, like never understanding each other, and like the whole world suffers as a consequence, and like we need to cooperate to like save the world. It's like, look at the world. I don't even need to name anything. I don't need to name a single example of what is happening in the world for us to know that we need to save the world. Even Christians would agree, right? I wish Christians were more materialistic. Like I kind of self-identify as like materialistic because like again, I only observe like the physical world. I maybe believe in evolution or whatever. And it's just like it's just like a physical world with like physical stuff we need to protect, like the oceans and the land and the trees. Like and any sort of like hippie hippie tree hugger, like the words hippie, tree hugger, and anything else remotely adjacent to that, like just wipe it from your fucking brain really quick for just a second, right? We live in a world that contains essential parts like, you know, trees, oxygen, water, and we have to protect it, right? It's not about like hippie, it's not about like vegan stoner like tree hugging. It's about like life. It's about like life. Like what, like I heard it said before, like what is you, like the concept of you without air? Like I don't know, it's probably nothing, right? Because you need air to live. And it's like the battle. I heard it said yesterday. I talked to a guy for a couple hours about Christianity. Right? Because I love talking about it. But he said like the world, the battles of the world, the battles of like, you know, the spiritual realm and like the physical realm and all everything, it takes place in the mind, right? But even to sustain the mind, you need air. And it's like, that's my point, right? It's like I believe in divine things. I believe that they could be true. It's just like I just observe the physical world to be true as well. And it's just like all the biggest battles in life, all of them, like take place in the human mind. The most powerful creation is like the meat computer of a brain. And even that needs air. And it's like, that's my point, right? And it's like, yeah. That's basically like my points. I mean, there's more to it, of course, but it's just like, do you see at last what I'm trying to say? Quote: people disagree on which religion is correct, and then within each religion, which sect is correct, and then within each sect, members disagree on both which doctrines to emphasize and the interpretations of the text surrounding the doctrines. And all of the sects' thinking is done in service of all of those priors. And from the outside looking in, it's so freaking obvious that they all basically believe exactly the same thing. The same thing. But the insanely minor differences still get blown up to cosmic proportions, and that's how I feel even outside of Christianity. Is like, it just feels like a sect of belief itself, and it's just like, I don't know. It's not entirely true. Like, it's not entirely true what I'm saying, but it's useful. And that's what I want, is to like unite. And it's like, as I'm talking about this, I'm just like, I want to do two things. Like I want to move past this, and I want to like right now, right? I want to think about video games. To be honest, like I want to think about like the creativity and like the art behind video games, And like I just want to move on from this. And like I want to stop feeling like the anger, cuz it's like it's real anger, like it's like the kind of anger of like when you threaten someone's political party or their religion or their foundational worldview. And it's just, I want to think about video games. Like, there's some really cool shit going on in like the gaming industry right now, and like I want to think about that. I want to learn about it, and like I want to like incorporate those art philosophies into my art, whether it be video games or just my regular art style, right? You know, and I'm ranting on purpose because it's fun. I want to tell you, you know. And then the other thing that I'm thinking about is like, okay, and this is such a jump, but just bear with me. It's like child exploitation. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Right? Child exploitation. So there are children. There are the most vulnerable people in life who are being exploited in unfathomable ways across the world in dark corners of the world. And like that's what I really care about is like what the fuck are we gonna do to solve that huge problem? If we are not doing something, hopefully multiple things in our day-to-day life to solve these huge problems, what are we doing? Quote, I don't care what you do. No, sorry. I don't care what you say. I care what you do. Like, actions speak louder than words. Like, and that's like a cliche. Like, you know that one. You know that. And so that's, yeah. Of course, beliefs matter too. But, like, what I'm really trying to say is, like, I want the world to move in accordance with, like, values. Like, even the values that are held by people but aren't acted upon. Because, like, I don't know, maybe as a society, we're just kind of not thinking or outsourcing our thinking. And I say all these things from experience. I've done all this shit. It's just like I'm really just trying to look critically at life, figure out what is stopping us from living good lives that protect others, you know, people, children, animals, environment, and just I want to figure it out. I want to figure it out. That is what I am here to do. Ultimately, like, the Christianity thing is like, it's a thing, and it's something that I want to move away from. It's something that I want to figure out. And honestly, that's it. And thank you. And I feel like there's a chance this video will be watched. And like maybe even by people I know in day-to-day life who are Christians. And that is great. Quote, I will wait for this to end, the back and forth, the battery, for you at last to comprehend the kind of love of which I speak. That's all.